Yep,
All right.
good to go.
All right. Hello. How are you guys doing? My name is Alexander Buster Deputie, and I am running for Senate District 67. That's over here on the east side. And I have prepared a speech, and here you go. I would like to thank you guys for coming today and for this opportunity to share my thoughts about the event that occurred in Hugo, Minnesota, Saturday, August 15, 2020. I consider it an honor and privilege to be with you guys today. It is my prayer that what we do today will help comfort, encourage all of you who listens to this. Let me first start off by saying that my heart is broken over the situation and for the terror that Lieutenant Bob Crawl, his wife WCCO anchor Liz Collins, and family must be dealing with. My family and I are praying for them. No one, no one should ever have to go through the terror that was inflicted upon the Crow family, no matter what their race, creed, religion, or beliefs are. It grieves me that this would happen to anyone in this day and age and in this great nation. So why do I call it terror? Because my family was driven out of my home country of Liberia by the very same tactics of fear and terror. I was a child when my family was forced out of our home and country by an armed mob, and I feel for those children in Hugo who were present during the event when it took place on Saturday. These events will be in their memories and affect them for the rest of their lives. As for John Thompson, my heart breaks for him as well. He is sincerely deceived and does truly believe he is a victim. Victimhood is not a path to a successful life. I can tell you that he does not represent all black people. And I am a St. Paul citizen, and I have spent majority of my life here on the east side of St. Paul. In this district that John Thompson is seeking to represent, as well as the district that I am proud to have the privilege of running for state senate seat. And I can tell you that he does not represent me. I can assure you that he does not represent the black community on the east side of St. Paul either. John Thompson has made it clear that he is concerned for one group of people. And to be a state representative, you need to represent all your constituents. He has exposed what he truly believes, and my heart breaks for him because this type of heart and thinking that Mr. Thompson has is true spiritual and emotional bondage. There is no way for John Thompson to peddle his way out of this. He meant every word he said. I have read John Thompson's apology. It was not really an apology. It was a rationalization for what he said. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Keep your heart with all diligence. Out of it are the issues of life." Jesus even goes further to say in Luke 6:45, "A good man out of the treasure of his heart bring forth that which is good. An evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bring forth that which is evil. For the abundance of his heart his mouth speaks." Regardless of what event caused his mouth to say the words they did, they first and foremost came from his heart and are a part of his core beliefs. It is clear that he only cares about one group of people. This is why my heart breaks for him and other who believes that, you guys can edit this later, that only one group of people matters. I believe all lives matter. I believe that we are all brethren and that we are all Americans. This is the unity we need to stand on and to move forward on. This is the message that the media has been refusing to display. Yet, this is what makes America strong. We are United States, the land of the free and home of the brave. So, my heart goes out to Lieutenant Bob Craw and his family. Is he perfect? No. Who is? However, he is a police officer, and he has been for many years. Many officers and military personnel put their lives on the line for us every day. Sadly, we know that not all come home to their loved ones at the end of the day. My wife and 7 children kiss me and hug me goodbye every day as I head off to work doing HVAC work. They do not have to worry about if I will be hurt, killed, or not even make it home every day like our law enforcement and military service people do. On top of this daily reality, imagine having 100 people outside of your private home, chanting, shouting, and threatening you and your family right outside of your own door. Despicable. These were not protesters. This was a mob. And they were there to bring terror not only to this police officer and his family, but from what we can see and hear, they wanted to bring fear and terror to the whole neighborhood. As John Thompson stated, the whole city and all white people. I felt it necessary to address this situation today because having proper representation, having life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and having law and order are all reasons my father and mother risked their lives and our family lives to flee the violent mobs in Liberia, like the one we all saw in Hugo on Saturday. It is the United States of America that people from all over the planet look to as a beacon of hope. It is the United States of America that has the greatest Constitution and Declaration of Independence that has crafted the freest and most successful nation in human history and has lasted over 240 plus years. It's the United States of America that my family waited in a refugee camp and in the Ivory Coast for 2 years to have the privilege to be free, secure, and to participate in opportunity that only this great country can offer. As a father, it pains me to explain to my children what John Thompson did, as well as to what others that participated in this terrorism occurring in our home state of Minnesota. I remind them that although we may be Liberian, African American, or any other hyphenation. We are all of one race, the human race, and all lives matter. The preborn lives from conception, the elderly lives at natural death. We are all brethren. We are united, and we are American. So here is my challenge. What was done was unacceptable, and it is not how someone who hopes to be elected official. What was done was unacceptable, and not how someone who hopes to be an elected official should behave. I am calling out our current representation to do the right thing. Number one, Senator Fong He, who is my opponent, that he should condemn Thompson's speech and demand that he withdraw from the race. Number two, Governor Walz, that he condemn Thompson's speech and demand that he withdraw from the race. Number three, Congresswoman Betty McCollum, that she condemn Thompson's speech and demand that he withdraw from the race. Number four, House Representative Holden Hassan, that she condemn Thompson's speech and demand that he withdraw from the race. Jane Prince, Ward 7, St. Paul City Council member, that she condemn Thompson's speech and demand that he withdraw from the race. Nelsie Yang, Ward 6, St. Paul's City Council member, that she condemn Thompson's speech and demand that he withdraw from the race. And the whole DFL party, that they condemn Thompson's speech and demand that he withdraw from the race. Thank you all for coming today, and I will be taking questions. So if you guys have questions for me, you guys can start right now. So.
Thompson.
Your name and where?
Okay, I'm Deanna Weniger. I'm with the Pioneer Press.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Deanna Weniger.
Deanna Weniger, and you are from the Pioneer Press, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Thompson often makes it sound in his speeches like there is all a constant animosity between the police and the black community. I'm just curious what your experience has been with police.
My experience with police have always been one of understanding the law and order, okay? Police are here to keep us safe. And if I abide by the rules, I am fine and I am safe. So personally for me, understanding that and having that values, I have never experienced police brutality or whatever
persecution.
So, is there anyone else? You got something?
Here. Yep, that's going, but I need to move that mic a little.
All right.
So I was wondering how was it that you?
I have a bad.
Oh, okay.
I'm hard of hearing.
Okay. How did you first notice that video? Was it social media?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, what was your immediate reaction when you saw that?
So when I first noticed it, we were in Duluth, Minnesota, or we were out camping. So I was feeling great because I was like, man, this was a nice needed break from all the craziness. I made the mistake of checking social media, and that was the first video I saw, and I felt sick. Honestly, I did, because if that can happen to him, Bob Crow, it doesn't matter how you feel about Bob Crow or whatever, okay? But if we allow that to happen, we are setting precedents now that people can follow. And that's what I see. And if nobody's speaking out against it, that also says a lot too, that we are setting precedents that that type of action is okay, and it's not. So I felt really bad. I felt sick. I felt angry, that stuff like that within this country. Like, I fled a country and came here. So I'm seeing this happen, and it's causing a lot of frustration, a lot of sadness also, to watch our great country seems to just disintegrate. So.
And you've reached out to some specific DFLers, you said, right?
We invited a lot of people. We invited everyone, like a lot of people, and you guys are it. So you guys are the all-stars.
But did you get a hold of McCollum or Walls at all when you wanted them to condemn it, or you just send it out as a message?
I am sending it out. I sent it out as a message. So,
Have you heard?
They shouldn't need me to have to, call them out. They should not need me to have to say something. These are our elected officials, and they are the ones should be leading by examples. And the fact that they are not doing anything about it, or they are resistant, says a lot about them. And that's what's causing me as an everyday, citizen, to want to make a difference and to want to be involved.
What would you expect them to do? Like, just make a statement, or how would you want them to?
Were we listening?
I know.
Were you listening to the speech?
I was, yes.
Okay.
I was just trying to get
sure.
it. Yeah. No, I was listening, but
Because if you were listening,
I was.
that's what I said, what I meant, and meant what I said. There is no place for that kind of action at all, because it exposes a lot about someone who is going into the public life, and that exposed his heart, and that is not how a public official should behave.
Have you had any dealings with Black Lives Matter?
Couple of our rallies for the Blue Lives, there were encountered that they were there, So yeah. But I support cops. I have always supported cops, regardless to now. It is my understanding that as a successful society of law and order, cops are necessary. We need cops. We do. So defunding them is a bad idea. It is a terrible idea, and I am against that. So there are some bad bunch in everything, right? But defunding cops are not the answers. Well, it is not the answer. So I think that was 3 questions.
It certainly was.
Yeah. So, but look, guys. So we are going through some really unprecedented times right now, and things are moving really, really fast. And if you guys would like, September 11 and 12, I am invited to speak along with many other speakers and many other candidates at a cafe across the street on White Bear Avenue. This message will be one that will be really, really good, and candidates are invited to a come. So your DFL, your whoever you are, you come and you speak, and you try to convince people to vote for you. So this is not a one party event. So I encourage you guys to come and encourage the other people to come. It is on 1406 White Bear Avenue. That is Sojourners Cafe. So
What time?
It will be at September 11th and 12th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so that is a Friday and Saturday. Friday, Saturday, right? Okay.
I did think of one other question. After this happened in Hugo,
Yes.
now there might be people a little more motivated to vote against that. How do you feel that's going to help you? Now that this happened in Hugo, and there's going to be more people motivated to vote against that party that he represents, how do you think that's going to help you out?
That's going to help me out?
Yeah.
How it's going to help me in Hugo?
No. After people saw that, they might be upset by that and then vote for the other party and be motivated to vote for the other party.
So how are the people here going to respond by voting for me or against Thompson?
Yeah,
Is
that
what
should
you're
bring
saying?
that should bring more motivated voters voting against the DFL, I guess is what I'm saying.
So I think I'm tracking with you here.
Okay.
Okay? I'm tracking with you.
It's just motivating to vote against. I know that you're not running specifically against him,
Okay.
but somebody else in your party. So this might bring a little more motivation to vote against that ideology.
Okay. So are you making a statement or are you
I'm
asking
just making a question
I'm
of
trying to-
how that changes, how you see that change things here for people that live in this neighborhood.
I think that opens up people's eyes about a party, and they have a choice of how they will handle it, and that is totally up to them. But this shouldn't have to be political. It's not. I mean, this is clearly an act of terror, and it has no place within our country. So I am not trying to make this political, and this is not a political thing. It's a right versus wrong thing, and it's clearly wrong.
Black Lives Matter has been known to retaliate against people who take a different stand than them. Does this worry you at all?
It does, but here is the thing. If I don't speak up now, where it's likely, while we still have freedom, it will be harder to speak up later. So I am not the one to just sit back and just not say anything. So yes, I do have a family.